Ladies and gentlemen, we are tuned in to the Rico Report.
I really don't know what to tell you.
That game was insane. Welcome to the Big Squad.
Shout out to the Big Squad.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome to the Big Squad.
welcome on a very special evening to the Rico Report. We are here. He is our team. This is the Buffalo Fanatics. Bing, 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 bing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy back at it again. Welcome to the Rico Report, brought to you by Manscaped. Y'all know what it is, sponsored by the Manscaped. And you know what? Powered by Buffalo Fanatics. And that's how we do, man. Good evening to all. What is happening today? It is Friday, the 12th of February. Look at me putting the date and the time stamp on everything, man. I hope you guys are having a great evening. We're going to chop it up tonight, man. Sometimes I wonder what the am I going to talk about today, right? And there's always some news. There's always some news that goes down. So I got into my bag. My man A said, been waiting for this, man. I appreciate that, man. I really do appreciate that you guys actually, put it on the calendar and say, Friday nights, man, I'm rocking with my man Rico. So I appreciate that. And welcome to the Rico Report. So several things that I do want to touch on. And because we're so close to just ending the season, and a lot of things are now starting to brew. There's a lot of things brewing around the league. And right now, as a Bills fan, shout out to, first of all, before we even get into it, shout out to the Big Squad. Salute to every one of my Big Squad members. I see my man BB, Double B's in the building. Brian Bowers was good. What's happening, my guy? I see some new faces in here. Adam Shepard. What's going on, Adam? AS, what's happening, Adam Shepard? I see you. Daniel Gores, what's going on? Miguel Devad. Miguel was in the room first, man. What's going on? So salute to every one of you guys. So let's get it. My man said, that's love right there, man. Yeah, Rico, man. We all F with you, man. I love that. Real talk. I really do. And that's how we do it. My man Barry Cumberbatch. What's going on, Barry? So listen, man. Big news is happening today. There was a big release, if you will, a big shakeup. I mean, nobody's sweating it because we knew this was gonna come, right? You know for a fact that changes were gonna come with JJ Watt. By the way, shout out to my guy Scott Blakely. Scott Blakely, salute to you from Chi-Town. What's going on, Scott? Great show with Z yesterday. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Z-Bot, the Z-Bot though. Z-Bot is a natural. That boy is a natural, man. He is sometimes, man, it's just you wait for your shot. You wait for your shot, your opportunity comes, and he killed it. So I was honored. I was actually honored to be part of his inaugural show, his big show. So salute to you guys for showing love to Z-Bot every Wednesday night. Every Wednesday night's the smoke break. I like that. I like that a lot. He did a really good job, and I'm looking forward to his next guest and what he brings to the table. He did a really good job. Learned a lot. I learned a lot. He was really smooth on the mic, and he's polished. Loved it. So that being said, folks, we need to talk about what are we going to do this offseason? What are the plans for these Bills this offseason? With all these things roaming around, yes, Brian Bowers, Z-Bot has been the man. It was just a matter of time when he got his opportunity and he killed it. He really did a great job. Fantastic job. The free agency, man, it's usually one of the fun times in the year that you get to look forward to fantasizing who you'd like to add onto your team, who you'd like to see in a Bills uniform. It's always nice to wonder, I wonder what it would look like if this guy were on our team. I wonder if we have enough money to lure this guy onto our team. We do this every summer. Sometimes we swing big, swing hard, right? And we miss plenty. We miss plenty, and sometimes some of us are lucky enough that we may play the game properly, and a prospect or a free agent or a cap casualty player ends up finding a home in Buffalo. And sometimes those are the situations that we find ourselves in. This year is different though, because Bean straight up told us, Bean's not one guy that minces his words too much. I'm not saying he's an untrustworthy individual, but at the end of the day, he doesn't mince his words. If he says we are not going to be players in free agency, believe what the man says. Now, when we say we're not going to be players, it doesn't mean that we're just going to penny pinch and get no one. He'll probably get one or two, but he's not going to just go heavy like he did a couple years back, right? Even last year too, Jefferson, Oliver, Mario Addison, like we went ham. Josh Norman, like we were just paying cats to come through. So it's not going to be like last year, but I don't think he's going to be cheap, because that's the big thing that we have to get out of our minds. Because him saying, "Oh, we're not going to be players," doesn't mean he's going to be cheap. He's still going to allocate cash, liquid assets to somewhere that bolsters this team, which then got me thinking. We talked about this a little bit, but I wanted to go into depth as to who would truly become an asset to this team that probably recently just got cut. And right now, JJ Watt is the name that is circulating around the league. And there's word that he wants nothing to do with anybody else, and he just wants to go play with his brother, which makes complete sense. Because if I had a brother in the league, right, my brother's in the league, and he got released, or business didn't work out for where he was, and we have an opportunity to play with each other again, or for the first time ever, I'm doing it. I would absolutely do it. The running joke is if Frank Gore plays long enough and they keep giving him abilities to play, he could be, you never know, mentoring his own son. Could you imagine? Father, son on the same NFL team? That would be crazy. But shoot, the way that Frank Gore's been hanging around, it wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't surprise me. Furthermore, when you look at the news of JJ Watt being released, I can't believe the things that I'm hearing. I can't believe the things that I'm hearing. And here's what I'm hearing. And he's washed up. He's not good. He's this, that, and the guys. This guy is a player. He is a player. I'm not sure what we are not seeing in this individual. I want to be able to show you guys something here, because we bring in. Give me a second. Let me just remove certain things, because I want to show you guys something here. Because a guy like JJ Watt coming to the fold, you can't just dismiss that. You can't. There's no way you can dismiss something like that. He's too solid of a player. So hang tight while I take my banners off, just to kind of get this thing going for you guys, because a guy like JJ Watt is too good of a player to allow something like that to happen, right? So you have a guy that makes a difference. He makes a difference. Everywhere he goes, he's impactful. They line him up to the right. They line him up to the left. He's in the middle. And you want to tell me that he's not good enough to play? He's not good enough to come in and contribute right away? Come on, people. Y'all, like, we got to really think about this, man. A guy of this caliber, we don't just scoff at it. If we have an opportunity to pick him up and bring him onto the squad, take full advantage. Take full advantage. You want to. How could you not? I can't see anybody saying any different. He's too good not to take full advantage of. JJ Watt, if he's available, you bring him in and you court him and you give him what he needs. And if it's a hefty little bag, not only does he bring impact to the defensive line, something that we did not have last year, not only does he bring veteran leadership, he brings firepower. So think about this for a second. JJ Watt comes to the Bills. Let me remove this real quick. JJ Watt comes to the Bills, right? We're like, holy crap, hold on a second. JJ Watt went to the Bills? If I'm Shaq Barrett, Devontae David, Patrick Peterson, right? I'm like, hold on a second now. I saw what the Bills were like last year, and they were really close. They were missing a couple pieces. JJ Watt being there, hold on and now. That's a lot of pressure on that O-line. So that makes the quarterback have to get rid of the ball really quickly. So hold on a second. Now I've got to reconsider. I was thinking of going to Seattle. I was thinking of going to Chicago because they're offering me a little more money. I get to play with Khalil Mack. But hold on a second. Buffalo is looking pretty damn good. Tom Brady's not in that division anymore. Wait a minute now. So if you have an opportunity to bring in a JJ Watt, you do not hesitate. You don't hesitate. You bring him in, you talk him in, you try to get what? 2-year, 3-year deal out of him. You know what I'm saying? And spread it out or give it to him early or give it to him late, whatever the case is. But he's earned that that ability to garner cash flow. You've earned that. So do me a favor. If you now are thinking, hold on a second now, wait a minute, maybe I should rethink not wanting to bring a guy like that to the Bills. Rethink that, because that is what we lacked. Impact, pressure, getting after the quarterback, all of that. That's what he brings. So you can't sleep on that. You definitely can't sleep on that. So if JJ Watt is available, and from what I hear, there are dozens of teams that are interested, and the Bills are one of them. I mean, I read that somewhere. Now, how truthful that is, who knows? But at least it is in consideration. At least it is in consideration. And even more, just to kind of give you fuel to this whole situation here, right? Our star receiver even sent a message saying, JJ, now hear me out now, right? Joke or not, the fact of the matter is this: he is going to be coveted. So for those that are saying, he's washed up, he's this, he's that, he's not going to be, trust me, he is a future Hall of Famer. He wants to keep up his legacy. I'm sure it still has juice in his tank. But when you're playing for a team that your head coach was just doing your team a disservice, it's disheartening on the team. It's disheartening on players to really come out and go 100%. It's hard to. You want to, but it's hard to. You saw one of the clean footages of JJ Watt. I think it was the last game of the season, potentially. JJ Watt is walking off the field with Deshaun Watson, and he apologizes. He said, "Yo, fam, I'm sorry we couldn't, give you a solid year." Something, I'm paraphrasing, something of that nature. Solid, man. So listen, if JJ Watt is available, that's something that we should definitely take full advantage of, right? So that's one of the free agents that I wanted to speak on. Right? That's one. Scott Blakely, what's going on, my guy? Scott Blakely says, Scott says, Watt, unpopular take, all right, equals pec tear, knee strain, leg fracture, finger dislocation twice, disc hernia in the back twice, hand fracture, abdomen tear, elbow dislocation, ACL tear at Clemson. I'm not sure, Rico. Listen, valid. Never is anybody going to dismiss those, because those are factual. Those are the battle wounds that he's endured during his 10 plus seasons in the league, right? So I totally understand that, 100%. But when it comes down to it, man, with our medical team, you've seen what our medical team have been able to do with some players, man. Injuries that, I mean, I thought Feliciano was going to be out for the year. when he tore his pec. My man came back and gave us a surge. He gave us a surge on this team. So our medical staff is quite good. So you pair that medical staff with JJ Watt. I'm just saying. And with all the turmoil that's going on with the Texans, who knows how well they took care of him over there? Who knows? I have no idea. But what I do know is that our medical team is praised. They love our medical team. I mean, look at state-of-the-art facility. We give our players everything they need to stay healthy. So, yes, you have reason to doubt, 100%. But there's a chance that you got to take. I say it's a low risk and a very high reward, and I'll take that reward. And I think the fact that Bean has put in his name in the hat for JJ Watt, that tells me there's going to be a big shakeup. There's going to be big shakeup on the line. Big shakeup on the line, and I'm here for it. And I'm completely here for it. All right? I mean, listen, let's talk about it. JJ Watt in his career, he's got 101 sacks. 101 sacks. He's got 6 touchdowns, right? One of them was against us. You guys remember that one? E.J. Manuel. Y'all remember that play, man? E.J. Manuel was supposed to be a quick hitter. And I don't know if he didn't see J.J. Watt or J.J. Watt disguised himself real good, but J.J. Watt just took a step forward, backed up, put his hands up in the air. E.J. Manuel said, "Here you go, sir. Let me gift wrap that thing for you." And boom, away he goes down to the sideline. Man, that one hurt. That one hurt. And we were marching, and that one hurt. If you guys remember that, yo, give me like a thumbs up or something if you guys remember, or smash that like real quick if you guys remember that, because that one still hurts to this day. That one still hurts to this day. That's real. So shoot, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Shout out to my guy Steve Mathis with a super chat. He says, "Hey, I want the Bills to sign JJ Watt so he can be my new daddy." Steve is looking for a new daddy, and if JJ Watt is looking for for children that with a big old beard and a full head of hair, then sure, he will be Steve Mathis' daddy. But jokes aside, man, if JJ Watt considers the Bills, and the Bills are one of, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 teams that he's considering, that's a big plus for us because we're in the money. But right now, there's like at least a dozen teams that are interested in bringing him in. So obviously, you're going to know Pittsburgh is definitely on that list. It's got to work out. All right, Bud Dupree is probably going to be coming back. I don't know what's going on with Bud Dupree. And they got a good defense. TJ Watt is just that boy's an animal, and that defense is what's leading this team, right? Pouncey just retired. The 2 Pouncey brothers just retired. So that's a big change on the offensive side of the ball. Who knows what's going on with Roethlisberger? Is he coming back? Are they going to bring him back? Do they want to pay him that much money? Who knows what's going to happen with him? And he claims that he still wants to play. So is it going to be in Pittsburgh? So that defense is what's going to lead the way. So JJ could end his career by playing with his brother, something he's probably never done before, or maybe they've done it before and they want to do it again. That'll be very interesting. So JJ Watt would be a welcomed addition to the Bills if we pursue him hard enough. If we pursue him hard enough. I know that we're going to make some changes. We're going to free up a little bit of cash, and we may be able to, to lure him to the Bills. We might be able to lure him to the Bills. We're going to find out. So that's my first order of business. I want to get JJ Watt out of the way because that's a big piece. That's a huge piece, right? We're going to stay with the free agent talk. Next on the list, this player is a cornerback, a well-known cornerback, 30 years of age, and has been a Pro Bowler, has been an All-Pro, very good at his job, getting a little older. He's at that 30 mark, but not over yet. Corners are playing a little longer these days, and I think this person still has a lot in the tank, and he's not gonna break the bank, right? It's a cornerback, right? And when I look at who we paid money to, we gave Josh Norman about $6 million. We gave him a $6 million deal. This person's market value is at $10.4 million. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, you give this man what he needs, and you solidify the other end of our defense on the other side of Trey White, that is Patrick Peterson. I thought his market value was going to be much higher than what I noticed, what I saw that what is on Spot Track. And he played quite well against the Bills. Yes, he went up against Stephon Diggs, and Stephon Diggs, you know what I'm saying, had some great plays against Peterson, but Peterson is fiery. He still can play the game. And folks, if we can pair him next to Trey White at $10 million, my goodness, that could be something to look in. I know that most people were looking at Richard Sherman, and I'm not sleeping on Richard Sherman. I'd love to have a Richard Sherman as well. But Patrick Peterson, though, Trey White, LSU on one side, Louisiana State on the other. That could be a nice little duo in the backfield in Buffalo. So I'm just saying Patrick Peterson could be something that we might want to look into. Because as far as I'm concerned, he still got it. The boy can still play, right? So if we can bring Patrick Peterson to the Bills, that just makes our defense that much more potent. Then we can focus on the draft, potentially going pass rush heavy, right? We might even try to sneak in another pass rusher in free agency. But the instincts coming from Patrick Peterson, the physicality coming from Patrick Peterson, man to man. What do we talk about? We need a corner that isn't afraid to go man to man with the big boys, that can get down in the dirt, competitive as ever. We need that. We can't have that soft play, get off the line 10 to 15 yards and giving all that cushion. We've got to have guys that have the cojones to step up, man to man, get up in your grill, and let's go. So now our pass rush can do what they're supposed to do, right? Because that pass rush doesn't work if our guys aren't locking receivers down. You lock your man down, you lock your receiver down. Shoot, our guys can get after that quarterback. Make that quarterback hold that ball just that split second. A second or two, it's over. We getting that. So you bring in a guy like Patrick Peterson, folks, that could be problematic. Now, whether Bean is willing to shell out $10 million for a corner, I mean, I don't want to call it a failed experiment, but you gave $6 million to Josh Norman and he just remained in the backup role. That's pretty expensive for a backup role corner. So Patrick Peterson doesn't give me backup role whatsoever. He's an immediate starter. So if we can, you know what I mean, put something together and get Patrick Peterson to the Bills, that would be something to really look into, because what we lacked was the physicality at corner. We lacked physicality. We lacked a presence at corner. Now, I'm gonna get into my next point and a little later on, but having a prominent corner, a veteran corner that's been in the game, and Lord knows that we need a bit of physicality at the line. I think that'd be a great addition, and it's not too expensive. We're not breaking bank for a corner. You see how these corners are getting paid? Look at our own corner, right? So I think it's a valid point to look into a guy like Patrick Peterson. Scott Blake says, good point, Rico. Risk is probably worth it. When healthy, he is elite, better than all we have. And I think you're referring to JJ Watt. Yes, everything you said, Scott, was bang on. It's facts. But I'm sure these guys are looking at it. They're weighing it. They're like, okay, we know he's got these injuries, but we've got the staff to make sure that he stays on top of his things, his diet. We're going to make sure he's hitting the gym. We've got guys that are 24 around the clock, making sure that our prized possession, our prized athletes are good. Now, there was a point made today by my fellow colleague, Steve Mathis. And Steve mentioned having a Jadeveon Clowney and a JJ Watt. And I bring this up because bringing in a JJ Watt, you don't just, you know how McDermott rolls. McDermott doesn't give you like 90% snaps. Stay on the field most of the game. No, he doesn't do that. He needs to rotate the line and keep guys fresh. I'm sorry, but if I'm going to be paying the type of money that I believe that we'll be paying a JJ Watt, I'm not paying to have him rotate and get in and get out and get. Nah, fam, you staying on the field. My best players stay on the field. And that's not the way McDermott rolls. McDermott is more like, he's more of a committee. I want my D lines to be fresh. You get in there for 5-10 plays straight. All right, next series you're off. This guy's in. I want my guys fresh. Okay, he's tired. I don't want that. I can't see JJ Watt going back in and out. And this is not a slight against Steve, because I would love to have that talent, but the way he rotates that line, it's just not sufficient enough for me. If I'm paying that type of money, I want my return on my investment. I want my return on my investment. And I don't think I'd be getting that by rotating him in and out. In and out like that? Nah, fam. I'm not buying that. Shout out to my guy, the Pull-Out King. What's happening, man? I got here late, so I'm about to start it over. Smash them likes. Let's go, Rico. And let's go, Buffalo. Let's go. Let's get JJ. Go get JJ, he says. Yo, I'm with it, man. At first, I was like, all right, cool. If we can, because things change, man. Attitudes change, and you see certain, you know what I mean, the tea leaves. Some people are talking about, yo, we're going to get rid of Oliver. We're going to get, Butler. We're going to get rid of Addison. We're going to move on potentially from Jerry Hughes. So there's going to be some very big changes on the line. So if the changes are being talked about and it's potentially true, shoot, JJ Watt wouldn't be so bad. JJ Watt wouldn't be so bad. You just got to find someone that you can pair with him and call it a day. I think we'd be all right. Shout out to my guy, Andrew Miller. What's going on, Andrew? Thanks for that super chat. I've seen a lot of predictions of Jonnu Smith to the Bills. Jonnu Smith. I think it's Jonnu. Jonnu Smith to the Bills. Can we afford that? If so, I'm all for it. Thoughts on Jonnu? Jonnu Smith gives me the impression like he's a big boy. He can get downfield. He can get in. He can do inline blocking. He's athletic enough to go wide, right? Split out. You can put him as an H-back if you need to. Like, he's a jack of all trades type of player. And if we were able to get a guy like him, I'm all for it. How much it would cost? That is the great question. Where's my book? Oh, my daughters took my. Oh no, they didn't. I think I took down information on what he would cost if we went after a guy like Jonnu Smith. So, pardon me while I take a look. See, I'm gonna take a look right now because Jonnu. I would assume. This is my assumption. I'm assuming between $8 and $12 million. I might be way off, but it's he's going to be coveted. He's going to be coveted very much so. So Jonnu Smith, though, would make such a huge difference. What a difference he would make on this team. But we also know that we've got some draft picks. And within our draft picks, we want to be able to grab guys that are going to be cheap, that are going to be effective, and we'll have them for 4 to 5 years, and we don't have to worry about that salary. You go get a guy like Jonnu Smith, you know you're going to pay. But the question is, are you paying for something that you feel like, okay, you know what, we're going to get what we need out of him? He's not a guy that gets hurt. He's been productive. I think they underutilized him, in my opinion. They should have made him more of a focal point, but maybe that's not what I think it was Arthur Smith, I believe the offensive coordinator, wanted to do. Who knows, right? So let's take a look at his contract because I'm very curious to see where he falls in terms of what we would pay him. So give me a moment while I peruse this list here and find out what we're looking at in terms of Jonnu Smith and what his market value would be. I said between 8 and 12. So Jonnu Smith, while I scroll down and look for my guy Jonnu Smith. So his market value, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing what this is. The market value for Jonnu Smith, and while this loads up, I say 8 to 12. And if you guys know it already, by all means, jump in there and let me know. But that's where I'm at right now. I think I'm frozen, but if I'm still going, then so be it. I got a lot of things going on in the background, so I got to take some things down. But Jonnu Smith's contract is at $8 million even. Fam, $8 mil, I'm taking that all day. $8 million, I'll pay him $8 million. I will pay him $8 million all day. But Zach Ertz would be something nice as well. So we're waiting to see what the Eagles do with Zach Ertz, right? Like my guy Chino said, I'd rather have Zach Ertz, but he will cost some money. Listen, guys, these guys, whenever they get released, they're not looking to take chump change, right? But they're not looking to get, break bank either because they know what situation they're coming from. So this is where Bean comes in and says, okay, let's be real with each other. Here's your history. Here's what you've been doing the last 2 to 3 years. We've been following you. Here's where we feel that you're worth. But your agent is asking for this. So let's try to meet somewhere, right? If they love him, they'll pay what they need to pay. It all depends on how much a team loves you. If they love you, shoot, they'll give you whatever they need. They loved our guy, our receiver, Stephon Diggs. Yo, first round, come. We need you. The rumors were out there. Now the rumors are done. We know that you're available. First round pick. We're not waiting. Dude, he could have went to New England. New England was like, nah, man, I'm going to try to give you a second round pick. They tried to lowball. Bills are like, nah, I'm not playing, man. First round, give me that. Give me that. And that's how we got him. That's exactly how we got him. So $8 million for a guy like Jonnu Smith, you have to consider. You have to consider. Rashid Turner. My man Rashid Turner says, yo, you got to cut Hughes. He sucks. Can't be convinced otherwise. Come on, man. You can't be convinced. You can be convinced. Anybody can be convinced. Anybody can be convinced. You just gotta put the facts out, right? Brian Bowers, our boy Judge Mathis said he'll be pissed off if the Bills don't get Tyler Shelvin. That boy is a man amongst dude. Shelvin? If we could pick up a Shelvin and put him next to Ed Oliver, boy, oh boy. Now I don't know where he's mocked to go. Is he a first round talent, second round talent, third round talent? Either way, we've got to do something about that because that boy is special. That boy, he moves and he's a big boy. He is a big boy. But I digress. But let me go up and listen to you guys because I'm looking at some of the comments here, and a lot of people are saying, "Listen, I just can't wait for the draft." But before we get to the draft, man, we got to fill our needs in free agency. Maybe a few trades here and there, but we've got to make sure that we take care of business. Delatorre says, yo, Khalil Mack, J.J. Watt, Ed Oliver, Jerry Hughes coming soon. Yo, I wish. The Spud says, yo, Rico going all professor on us, man. Heads up and pencils down. you see me with the pen, right? I see you, kid. I see you. So that being said, so we've got, yo, Martin Hernandez says, yo, Oliver is suspect. Yo, give him an opportunity, man, because I thought the same. I had moments where I'm like, yo, come on, man. Ed Oliver, I need more from you, right? And I still need more from him, but I'm not ready to say, yo, you're done. You're done. I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that yet. I think he's still learning the game. I think he's still learning what his limitations are, what his strengths are. Once he hones those skills in, he'll be set and ready to roll. He will be set and ready to roll. So that being said, right? So we talked about J.J. Watt as a potential free agent landing spot on the Bills. I mentioned Patrick Peterson. I think Patrick Peterson would be a well added piece to the Bills. I think it'd be really nice. Two lockdown corners, one physical corner in Patrick Peterson that can go up that with these number two receivers. Now they're doing work. They're putting work in, man. You know what I mean, you have a Calvin Ridley that's putting in that work. You know what I'm saying? You have a CeeDee Lamb. You got Cooper. You know what I mean? So these number two receivers in this game, man, they're not really those number twos. They're like 1 and 1As. So we've got to have a 1 and 1A corner. And I think Patrick Peterson would fill that role very lovely, right? Fill that role very lovely. Now, what I wanted to get into was another player. And we talked about this. I'm not going to spend too much time. It was Xavier Rhodes. His market value is only 7.3 mil. 7.3 mil. I'll take that. He's only 30 years of age. So if we can't pick up a guy like in the like of Patrick Peterson, you've got an Xavier Rhodes that's right there around the corner. So we can pick him up and bring a nice lengthy corner that can complement Trey White on the other side. That would be nice. Barry Cumberbatch, I see you, man. Barry says I could definitely see Peterson here. Listen, it's a very big possibility, man. And I would welcome that with open arms. Aaron Jones to the Bills. Thoughts on that? Thoughts on Jones? Jones is a hard runner. I like Jones. I think it's a tricky one because we're about to get into the running back talk. And Jones would cost a penny. I'm not saying he's going to be coveting a whole lot, but he ain't going to be cheap. He's definitely not going to be cheap. But that boy is a talent, man. Catch out of the backfield. He runs hard. 1,000-yard runner. I think I could see the Bills kicking tires, but I can't see him coming onto the team. But I think the Bills are more looking at O-line rather than the running back room, but you can never know. You never know. I mean, I thought we were good with Devin Singletary. and then boom, they drafted another running back. So I can see them do it again. I can see them doing it again. So we'll find out soon enough. Ismael Monero says Peterson is a bit over the hill, but not near as far as Josh Norman. Peterson's only 30. Peterson's only 30. So I mean, he just turned 30. I think, or he's 30. He's in the mid 30s. So mid 30s. He's 30 and going to 31. So he's still a young cat in the game. He ain't old, but he certainly isn't young. So I think he's a perfect piece to add to the Bills if we're really trying to make this run, because right now this is the window. The window was this like our window. We've got another year of a window. Why? Because Josh Allen. Once Josh Allen gets that bread, gets that paper, it makes it a little bit tougher to bring free agents in because money's gonna be tight. Money will be tight. We're allocating money to our big money players, so we got to fill the roles, right? So that's where we got to fill our role in drafts. But when we want to bring some free agents, you got to have enough money. So right now we have Josh on a rookie deal. This is the window. So we got to maneuver, shuffle around some funds and pay up for some guys to come play with us. Dude, that's what we got to do because that window is right now. So if you can pick up a Patrick Peterson and add him to the Bills, man, why not? Why not, man? I'll take that all day. I will take that all day. Shout out to my guy, Eric Bruce. Eric Bruce says, grab an RB1 in free agency, take our chances late in the draft, or stick with Moss. Okay, you know what? This is perfect. Perfect segue, right? So I spoke on Patrick Peterson. I spoke a little bit on Xavier Rhodes. I spoke on it last show, so I'm not going to touch too much. Now, I do want to mention this. There's one player. Before I get there, Chino, I think we can get good players to come to Buffalo for cheap because we are a playoff caliber and almost Super Bowl contenders. This is the thing. Buffalo's becoming a destination that you don't scoff at anymore. Now you've got to really consider. Hold on a second. They got a nice corner. I mean, we've talked about this, right? Linebacking crew's up, not bad. Tremaine Edmonds is still a young guy. You got a nice safety tandem, one of the best in the league, and Poyer and Hyde. We got a monster of a quarterback in Josh Allen. That O-line pass blocks like crazy. We got to fix a bit of the run game. Yo, this is a pretty damn good team, man. Ed Oliver, Jerry Hughes. You feel me? So like, we got a solid little team. So this is becoming something that guys will consider. They're not coming here to die anymore. They're actually coming here to revive their careers and get it going again. So Buffalo might be the best place for a surging player. Now, one player, and I want to know if you guys can guess this. There is one player. This is a running back that it'd be tough to lure this player off their team, but it's possible. He's a backup. He's not a starter. He's a backup running back. This running back, if we were to put him onto the Bills, I think, immediate starter, immediate impact. I really, really like this running back. I need y'all to take a guess, and I'm going to give you one hint. This running back is in the NFC. This running back is in the NFC. So I see Leonard Fournette, not Leonard Fournette. Coleman is going to be a free agent. He's going to be a free agent. So that's one guy I talked about earlier a few weeks ago that I would love to get a Coleman because he'd be inexpensive and he still got some wheels on him. Jared McKinnon, nah. I wanted Jared McKinnon, but I took Coleman over Jared McKinnon. I think you're saying Peterson. No, not Peterson. And if it's Patterson, you're talking about Patterson. Cordero Patterson? No, not Cordero Patterson. It's a good guess. It's a tough one. I don't know if anybody's going to, I'm going to give you guys a few more. Jamal Williams? Nah, not Jamal Williams. Not Chase Edmonds. Not Carson. Although Carson is a good back. I would love to see Carson. All right, nobody's going to get it. I'm glad. I'm going to blow your damn socks off. Kenyon Drake. I love Kenyon Drake, man. I love Kenyon Drake, but nah, it's not Kenyon Drake. Matt Breida, no. So here it is. Y'all ready for this? If we can strike a deal and get this running back to the Bills, in my opinion, he's an immediate starter. And that's Dallas backup Tony Pollard. You bring in this individual to the Bills. How lovely would that be? Have you seen this guy run? He runs hard. He runs fast. He can catch out of the backfield. And when he had his opportunity to play when Zeke was out, you could tell he was special. I knew you guys didn't see that one coming. I've been looking at this guy play, and I'm like, man, they got themselves a gem. I don't know if they appreciated him like that, but that boy can run. He runs hard, and he catches the ball out of the backfield. I'm telling you right now, if we look at this, watch this, boom, hit that hole hard. There's no dilly-daddle with this man. He gets the rock, makes a decision, he's gone. Get that seam and hit. Man, if we could get that onto the team like that, boom, speed, cut inside. Oh my goodness, man. You can imagine. You got to cover Stephon Diggs. You got to cover whoever the tight end that we decide to bring, because you know we're not keeping Dawson Knox, just Dawson Knox, right? You got to cover Gabe Davis. You got to cover Cole Beasley. We spread you out, and you bring in a Tony Pollard. Fam, come on, man. This would be something. I know none of you guys saw this one coming, but if you watch the film on this guy, you'll know. And you know what? Cole Beasley, I'm sure of it, will be like, yo, if you guys bring this guy, we're laughing. And he's only 2 years into the league, 23 years of age, strong runner, runs hard. Look at that. Look at that. Man, Buffalo would love a guy like this onto this team. So Tony Pollard to the Bills, man, that would be something. Explosive, catch out of the backfield. You will not have him go down on the first contact. No dancing around in the hole. He hits it, and he hit. See hole, hit hole. That's Tony Pollard. Now, what would we have to give up for him? That's the tough part. Dallas is probably like, yo, we like him. We like him a lot, but we also like Zeke. And Zeke is not old. Zeke is not old, man. So Zeke is still young in the game. So if we could steal Tony Pollard, he's signed a 4-year deal, drafted in the 4th round, and he's only 2 years in. If the Bills can send something his way or send something Dallas's way, I don't know, man. Dude, we would do damage. We would do damage, man. Because I don't know if they're appreciating that man over there. Cowboy players have no work ethic, man. They're spoiled. Now this guy works hard, man. This guy works hard, man. He's no third down back though. He could be. He definitely could be. You know what they said about Antonio Gibson? They said Antonio Gibson was a I wouldn't call him a gimmick running back, but he wasn't a true running back. He's more of a receiving back. Antonio Gibson was doing the damn thing for the Redskins. So I can see a Tony Pollard doing the same thing, man. So Singletary for Pollard, I don't know if they would take that. You'd have to probably give some draft capital for that, honestly. You'd have to give some draft capital and something. So having Pollard and, you know what I'm saying, having Pollard and Moss, who knows? They give up Singletary? Golly, man. Marlon Mack is really good too. I like Marlon Mack as well. He runs hard. He runs hard as well. So that would be, I'm just saying, man. But I've been thinking about this, and having a guy like Tony Pollard come through, yo, I'm with it. I'm with it. So let's switch gears. We spoke on free agents that I looked at. So I like J.J. Watt. Obviously, J.J. Watt would be a nice addition to the Bills. Patrick Peterson, I think, would be a fantastic addition to the Bills. Not going to break the bank per se, but he does what he's supposed to do, right? Physical corner, get up in your grill, slow things down, jam up at the line, take away that 1A receiver. You know what I'm saying? So I think that could do some good things for us. Now, Xavier Rhodes will be a nice addition as well. Now, there are players on this team that are due for promotion. There are players on this team that are due for promotion, in my opinion. And I'm curious to see who you guys feel is due for promotion on this team. They've done what they need to do in the practice squad or on the bench, and they've earned their stripes enough to have an opportunity to compete for a starting job, or at least the second string. Who do you feel is deserving of a promotion on this Bills roster? Defense, offense, special teams. Who are you guys looking at? Shout out to my guy Tommy Rivera. Can we just offer these guys a huge signing bonus and vetman? And yo, wouldn't that be lovely? You could just do that. Yo, man, just take this money and just come to the team. That's it, man. Just take this money. So first up, Dane Jackson. Buff Barrier, you're absolutely correct. Dane Jackson has rightfully earned his way to compete for a starting spot. Promotion. You went from practice squad to someone that we protected. You got in the game. You made an impact. You were always around the ball. You're not afraid to go and tackle. Dane Jackson absolutely deserves a promotion. Promotion to get up onto the 53 and you compete. Compete to get a starting job. That is if we do not go after the likes of Patrick Peterson or any corners in free agency. If we're going to promote from within, Dane Jackson would be a lovely candidate. Honorable mention. Honorable mention is Cam Lewis. That wasn't that. I just threw that out there just now. Honorable mention is Cam Lewis. Cam Lewis came in, played admirably. Then unfortunately she got hurt and was placed on injured reserve. But look for him to come in and contribute in some way, shape, or form at that nickel spot, right? Him and Teron Johnson might be going at it to see what's going on with that. But Teron Johnson's got a good little grip on that position. He's got a great grip on that position. So there might not be movement there. But please keep in mind that you guys have a Dane Jackson that should get his promotion. And I think that we mostly all agree here. I think we all agree here. Secondly, who do you guys feel is deserving of a promotion? And I'm not saying right to the starting job and that's what you get. No. A promotion meaning where they were, they've now moved up to at least now try to compete with a starter. Who do you guys feel is deserving? That's what I'm curious about. Who do you guys feel is deserving of that? So Dane Jackson was the first. Cam Lewis will definitely be in there. Who are you guys looking at? Isma Monero says Dane Jackson, Justin Zimmer, Gabe Davis, Trey Adams. So here it is. Deserving, my second person, deserving of a promotion. Antonio Williams. Antonio Williams deserves an opportunity to compete. That small sample size, although small, he absolutely showed us something against the Dolphins. The Dolphins were supposed to be a very, very good defense. But my man with limited catches, 12 touches, 60 odd yards. Had he started the game, he's going over 100 yards. Antonio Williams being on the team, off the team, on the team, off the team, moved over here, and then was about to go and join NASCAR, and then he got his opportunity again. So let's not sleep on Antonio Williams. I think he's deserving, very deserving of an opportunity to showcase his skill. And I hope that he gets his opportunity and he takes full advantage of it. So promotion, I think he deserves to have an opportunity to compete, right? To be in that TJ Yeldon role. If we do nothing in the draft, we don't bring any free agents because right now it seems as though they're focused more on the line than the running back room. So we're very well aware that there's going to be some change on the O-line. But running back room, I think he's very deserving of a promotion to get in there and compete for not a starting spot, but to be a contributor. And shoot, if he comes in and outduels Devin Singletary and outduels Zach Moss, there's no ands, bits. There's no and ifs or buts. You put him in. Simple as that. Shout out to my guy Dylan for that super chat. I really appreciate that, Dylan. Justin Zimmer, boys got wheels. That boy can run, man. I think it was 15 miles an hour? 15 to 16 miles an hour when he's chasing down Tyreek Hill. Golly, Tyreek Hill was like, yo, man, if he caught me, it was over with. He was going to end my life. That's facts, man. That is facts. So that being said, I've got Antonio Williams. I've got Dane Jackson. Holy, I didn't expect anybody to pick this name out. Shout out to Raphael Jacobs. Mike Love, man. Thank you. I'm so glad that you mentioned that. There are some deserving candidates, right? Zimmer absolutely did get a promotion. He got up to the starting lineup was getting a significant amount of playing time. So to me, he got that promotion within in season. So a name that nobody's looking for right now, nobody's paying attention. That is Mike Love. Mike Love. If you guys don't know who Mike Love is, man, get familiar with Mike Love. Scott Blakely, I'm going to touch on that in just a moment. But get familiar with Mike Love because Mike Love was the odd man out. With the amount of linemen that we signed this year, I was like, man, that's tough, man. That is tough. But when he gets in the game, he's got that sudden burst that gets him around the corner. He just hasn't been able to put it together and stay healthy. If he's healthy coming into this offseason, he's got a great chance to pull a Darryl Johnson, get on the team like a Darryl Johnson and be a special teams contributor. But Mike Love cannot be slept on. He is a pass rush guy, speed guy, get around the corner, put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. So promotion would be a Mike Love. I'm a fan of Mike Love. So Mike Love, another year in the practice squad. I don't know. I mean, he might get another year in the practice squad, but I think it's time that he actually steps up and really pushes for a spot on the roster. I think he's good enough that he can do it, and I think he's had time in the roster. I feel like he's had time to be around these veteran guys because a lot of these veteran guys are going to be let go, right? At least one or two of them for sure are going to be let go. They've got to make some room. So I'm hoping that he's soaked in as much as he can, and now he can contribute in what I think is his fourth year, give or take. So that would be amazing if Mike Love can do it. So the three players that I feel that are deserving of a promotion are Mr. Antonio Williams, Dane Jackson, corner, and Mike Love. I'm looking forward to those three guys stepping up. And there are more guys on this team that I feel like are deserving. But at the end of the day, those are the three that stood out to me. So recapping in this slow time in the offseason, right? Recapping. So we talked about the free agents. J.J. Watt, Patrick Peterson were my top two. Then I shared a prospect that we should, and if we could trade for, and that was Tony Pollard from the Dallas Cowboys. If we could trade for that boy, that would be nice, man. What we'd have to give up, that's a different ball game. It's not like we're a full arsenal of picks, right? We've got a couple fifths, and I think a couple sevenths with a condition from another team or so, and we don't have a fourth. So what are you willing to give up? If you're going to give up something, you got to give up a running back, right? What if they ask for Zach Moss? All right, I'll give you Tony Pollard. You give me Zach Moss. You ready to do that? Zach Moss and Devin Singletary? Nah, if I'm going to give somebody up, I'm giving Devin Singletary up. I like Devin Singletary, but I like Tony Pollard. I really do, man. So that's the recap for free agency and promotions from the Bills. There are some more guys that are deserving of that, at least to get a look at, for sure. So in the running back room, obviously, I like Antonio Williams, but if you look at the tight end room, I'm really hoping that Tommy Sweeney, his medical issues clear up and he's able to come back and play, because I'd love to see what he's able to do. That's one thing I'm really paying attention to see how this plays out, how this really does play out. Shout out to Josh Richardson, JR. What's going on, JR? Rico, Darren Lee takes over for Milano. Ooh, see, Darren Lee is a name that I didn't bring up. Antonio Williams takes over for Singletary. I think Feliciano should move over to center and release Mitch Morse. Ooh, release Mitch Morse. You know what, though? Let me tell you something. That release Mitch Morse, I've seen that circulate. Not heavy, but I've seen people have that in their mindset, man. 1 or 2 concussions away from being an issue. Just cut your ties right now, right? When he went out of the game, I think he was out for what? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I think. I can't remember. I can't recall. And Feliciano took over. We did all right. The chemistry between Feliciano and Josh Allen was pretty damn good. Maybe all that Call of Duty helped, right? Building that chemistry with one another. So if we decided to go that route, move Feliciano over to center, and now we're open game to going and picking out a guard somewhere, that might be an option, man. So JR, I see you, man. I really do. I see you on that. Shout out to my guy Corey Buffalo. Corey, thanks for that super chat. Do we pay Josh now or wait a year and add some quality free agents this year? Dude, If you can pay the man right now and you have the money, pay him. Pay him. It's like when you have bread, you have the money right now and you can afford whatever thing that you need, do it. Instead of waiting and then things fall apart, right? This bell here is on sale. I got the money, it's on sale, but I'll wait. I'll wait a little longer. Why wait? If you can get it right now, it's on sale. Because when you're good and ready to go and get what you want and you want that bell, guess what? Price just went up. Damn, I should have had it when I could, when it was cheaper. It might be cheaper to get Josh Allen now rather than later. Because don't forget, you got Baker Mayfield. That's part of the same draft class. Sam Darnold, part of the same draft class. You got former MVP in Lamar Jackson, part of the same draft class. So if one of these guys jump ahead and start getting paid, you know Josh Allen's going to be like, yo, I don't know why you pay Sam Darnold all that money because I'm worth more than that. I'm using Sam Darnold as an example, but you catch what I'm saying. You wait too long, could be problematic. The price just went up. Price just went up. So sometimes you got to strike now. So if he's cheapest now, nail it. Go after it. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. You go after that right now. That's just the way I look at it. Ismael Monero. Same one. Someone said D. Lee, never know when you find your spot. You don't. Darren Lee, they've been talking to Darren Lee. So it'll be very interesting because they brought him in potentially playing chess, knowing that, we're not bringing Milano back. So we need someone that's going to be on this roster and we're going to hold him down. How many times did you see them protect him, right? 4 players you can protect on Tuesdays. Darren Lee, I saw him a couple times on that list. So they seem to like him. And there was something I saw on Twitter that somebody rumored that they're working on a deal. And he says, and I think he made a comment to the nature of, hard work pays off or something of that nature. Who knows? There could be something happening soon. But Darren Lee, don't sleep on Darren Lee either. He should be very interesting. Former first rounder, should be very interesting. I think out of Ohio, very interesting. So that's that for me, folks. When it comes to that, listen, man. It's the off season. Off seasons are pretty slow. That's what's gonna happen. So you gotta distract yourself with football talk, right? Going on Twitter and so on and so forth. And I'm gonna switch gears now. And I need your help with this. I need your help. I need everybody's help. Abby, I see you, girl. What's going on? I need your help with this, folks. It's the off season. Your team's not really doing much right now. You know what I mean? There's some pro workouts going on with players and so on and so forth. So there's not a whole lot. So I need your help with something, folks. I need you guys to help me something. Help me out with something. When you're in these slow times, what movies are you guys watching when it comes to football movies? Because I have my favorites. But there are several that I have not seen. And some people swear by them. To me, I have a list. I put a list together. I put a list together of my favorite football movies, my top favorite football movies. And I need you guys to either, you can say, yo, Rico, I agree with you. That's a bomb movie. Or, ooh, you know what? I know one that you'll really like. Try this one, right? For me, Friday Night Lights is up there for me. Friday Night Lights with Booby Miles, man. Yo, if you want to win, let Booby spin. My goodness, man, that movie, I loved it. And it pained me. It pained me when Booby went down. I was like, oh, I actually felt that. I felt like I wanted everything for him, especially because it's based on a true story. I wanted success for this young man. He was so talented. And then that happens. Like, golly, man. You thought you could see greatness coming from Booby Miles, man. Man. So Friday Night Lights, one of my favorites. Secondly, Remember the Titans. One of my favorite. Yo, listen, that's one of the best. One of the best out there. You know what I'm saying? Sunshine. You guys remember that? You know what I mean? One thing that made me cringe. Left side. Strong side. Left side. Yo, I cringed. I was like, come on. Knock it off, guys. Cut it out. Cut it out. But great movie nonetheless. Denzel Washington was a G. That boy was fantastic, man. So football movie. Somebody said, Yo, Spud, you a fool, man. He said, "Boys in the Hood." Ricky, Ricky. Y'all remember that scene? I don't know if you guys do. Great scene. Sad scene. He's just to run away. He didn't juke enough, man. Yo, you got to juke, man. Someone's about to shoot at you. You can't just run a straight line. Juke. He's gonna get you. I'm sad. It makes me sad. Ricky got blasted. But anyway, so for me, my top 5: Friday Night Lights, Remember the Titans, Any Given Sunday, and Friday Night Lights are those are my 2. You know what I'm saying? Friday Night, sorry, not Remember Titans. Any Given Sunday was brilliant. Long movie, all the cameos of all these people in there. I freaking loved it, man. Legit. Della Torre said Buffalo 66. Dude, I watched Buffalo 66 thinking that it was about to be a Buffalo movie, and I was like, what the heck is this? This is weird. I watched it anyway. Strange, but it was a strange. It wasn't about what I thought it was. Definitely wasn't that. Yeah, I saw that. Diggs does want that. Jerry Maguire, good one. I like Jerry Maguire. Great movie. Definitely a solid movie. For sure. So Any Given Sunday, Friday Night Lights, Remember the Titans, and those are my 3. I really like The Longest Yard, but I like the new version, The Longest Yard. Some people might say, yo, the older version is way better. I think with Burt Reynolds. I have not seen that one. So the reason I bring this up is, what are your movies that you guys recommend? The Program, love that movie. When he takes the kick return, and he's thinking, okay, I'm gonna go cut here and go here, and loved it. What I didn't like is when those two, boom, slap each other on the shoulder pads, poof, spat in each other's mouths. I'm like, whoa, y'all tripping. Y'all are tripping, man. Y'all stupid, man. Boy, oh boy, y'all spitting each other's mouth like that. Imagine that in the times that we are in right now, spitting in another man's mouth. Yo, I can't believe I just uttered those words, but you catch what I'm saying. So yeah, put your movies up there. I want to see some movies. I'm gonna name a few movies. If you guys feel like I've named one that's really good that I should watch, by all means. So I heard about this movie called Undefeated. Never seen it. I was going through some movies today, and I'm like, hey, what are some good movies? Undefeated, apparently really good. Haven't seen it. Jerry Maguire, love it. Seen that one. Friday Night Lights, obviously Remember Titans, Any Given Sunday. Varsity Blues, I've seen it. I don't want your laugh. I always remember that line. I don't know why. You got me talking with a twang now. I don't know why, but I do remember that. Yo, The Longest Yard, when my man took out the cheeseburgers out of his pants. Y'all want some cheap? Yo, come on, man. You tripping. Waterboy, I've seen. Waterboy, I mean, it's all right. Waterboy's all right. I liked it. It was cool. Bobby Boucher and all that stuff. Waterboy's cool. King Thrill says, yo, what are your favorite? Rico, what are your 5 favorite halftime shows? I only have 2 that I can remember. Is Bruno Mars, killed it. Nobody's done it better than Bruno Mars. And funny enough, Katy Perry was pretty good. She had all that stuff that was there. I was actually pretty impressed. I'm not gonna hate. Movie wise, The Program was solid. I have not seen Concussion. Not seen it. Shane Falco with The Replacements, I've seen it. Solid. That little kicker that keeps smoking with that awful skinny man gut. Yeah, that's a goodie. That's a goodie right there. Blindside, I could never get into it. I started watching it and I was like, yo, this is boring. So if I should go back to watching it and y'all feel like it's a good one, then I will. But that one never did it for me. You know what? I can't even hate. Prince was freaking fantastic. You're right about that. Prince, I totally forgot about that. Prince was great. Janet Jackson was pretty good too. I'm not gonna hate, but Bruno Mars, that boy killed it, man. He was that boy's entertainment all the way. Blindside, never could get into it. Rudy, always great. Always, listen, man. The amount of times that boy got smashed and got back up, legit. Rudy's good. Longest Yard, the new version, old version. I feel like I should give that one a try, but new version makes me laugh. Draft Day was better than I anticipated to be. I actually enjoyed Draft Day. I think I would have enjoyed it more if you're worried about the Bills instead of the Browns. But Draft Day, really, really good. I liked it. Barry Cumberbatch, he says his top 5 are Friday Night Lights, Remember the Titans, We Are Marshall, and Any Given Sunday. So We Are Marshall, really good movie as well. I'm not gonna front. I like We Are Marshall. We Are Marshall is it could be a tearjerker if you're soft like that. But yo, We Are Marshall, solid. For some reason, I watched Four Falls of Buffalo yesterday, a real tearjerker. Do you want to know that I have not seen Four Falls of Buffalo yet? Not seen it. I'm actually ashamed that I haven't seen it yet, but I have not seen Four Falls of Buffalo, so maybe I should try to get back on that. So, Gridiron Gang. Do you guys remember Gridiron Gang with The Rock? That was a decent little movie. I didn't mind that. It was light. Him and Exhibit, The Rock and Exhibit running things at that the group home. I thought that was pretty chill. Eric Bruce. For some reason, I watched Four Falls. Yes, I see that. My bad. I read that again. But yeah, man, I've yet to see certain movies. So, Blindside, The Replacements I've seen, Rudy I've seen, Longest Yard, Draft Day, loved it. Brian's Song, haven't seen that one. I hear good things about Brian's Song, not seen it. Radio, never seen it. Never seen the movie Radio. Don't know what that one's about, right? I mean, obviously Cuba Gooding Jr. was in it, but I'm not sure exactly what the premise of that movie is. So that one is one that I'd like to take a look into. But so if you guys have any ones that you guys want to recommend, shoot that in there so I can try to read it on there, and I'm gonna get in there. Corey Butler says, "Yo, it's the sport of kings, man. Better than diamond rings. Football." Yeah, man, that's legit. That is legit. Barry Cumberbatch says, "Yo, Four Falls of football just pisses me off every time. I haven't seen it, so I don't know what to expect. I'm assuming they're gonna talk about the missed field goal and all that good stuff. So I'm sure of it, but I've not seen it. I have not seen it." Richard Russ says, "You like Radio? Radio, really? Huh? Okay, I'll look into Radio. Of Wildcats. Never heard of Wildcats. Haven't. So those are the movies, man. Little Giants. Everybody remembers Little Giants, right? With Ed O'Neill, Bundy. Bundy was legit. So Brian's Song, The Express. I saw something about The Express being a movie that could be something that I'd like to watch. Seems pretty good. Concussion, I've never seen. So there are a few movies. So if you guys feel like some movies are pretty legit that I've seen, so Radio. So I guess I'm gonna have to check out Radio for sure. My man Bobby says, "Yo, how in the hell have you not seen Radio?" I have not. I haven't seen Radio. I have not seen Concussion. I haven't seen Brian's Song. I heard good things about that. Yeah, there's a few movies I haven't seen, man. Blindside, I just couldn't get into. I started watching it. I just couldn't get it. It was just it's too slow for me. It started too slow. But yo, you guys are talking about Radio? Shoot, I might get into that then. I might watch that tomorrow and let y'all know how it goes, man. That's real. I might watch that tomorrow. Somebody said Concussion is a weird movie. Haven't seen it, so I guess I'll have to look into it. So anyways, Invincible was a good one. Jim Hill, that's a good one too. I like that with Vince Papale. I like that. That was well played by Mark Wahlberg. He did a really good job on that one. Blindside was obvious Oscar bait. It felt really manufactured. See, maybe that's why I couldn't get into it. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. My super chat was a reference to Wildcats. You should watch it. Oh, okay. Then I'll look into that, man. I'll look into that. So, folks, that's it for me. I wanted to just kind of touch on free agents that could come to the Bills, that I would love to see come to the Bills. J.J. Watt being one of them. That would be lovely. I know he's littered with injuries, but you know what? He's tough as nails, man. And you bring him to our medical staff, I think we'd take good care of him. We take very good care of him. Patrick Peterson, that would be a legitimate move to make. Xavier Rhodes as a corner, if we can't get any of those guys, good. Then if we're not doing anything in free agency, we're trying to keep our funds, then we got to promote from within. So promoting from within, Antonio Williams, Mike Love, Dane Jackson. Those were my three that I feel like would be a solid pick to promote. So that's it for me, folks. That's it for me. I wanted to come on here and, you know what I mean, freak it with you guys. Wifey was going to come down, but she's tapped out. She's tapped out today. So it's just me solo dolo. So we're going to keep in touch, man. I'm sure there's going to be news around the league. So be on the lookout for we're going to be starting to do some draft shows on the weekends. So if you're looking to get educated and learn more about draft prospects, we're going to be starting off. If it's not this Saturday, it's going to be next Saturday. That we'll have shows coming for you on Saturdays and Sundays. So be on the lookout for that. And that's it for me, folks. So have yourself a fantastic weekend. We will see you guys next week. on Tuesday, give you guys a banger of a show, and then we'll go from there. So, folks, until next time, it's your boy. And you guys have a great night. And I'm gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are tuned in to the Rico Report. I really don't know what to tell you.
That game was insane. Welcome to the Big Squad.
Shout out to the Big Squad.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome to the Big Squad.
welcome on a very special evening to the Rico Report. We are here. He is our team. This is the Buffalo Fanatics. Bing, 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 bing.